to have one house is great, but then to have like, a couple of my mates are like, build a portfolio, like get 10 or 15 houses. I'm like, oh, what are you gonna do with 10 or 15 houses? It's quite stressful. And then when you sell a property, from experience, like if let's say I sold a property, you pay a hell of a lot back in tax. So at the end of the day, over the course of however long it was, you pay half back to the government anyway. And it's like, not that that's bad, because I like paying, it's fine to pay taxes, because, it's good to pay taxes. It means you're making money, but at the same time, there's a lot of stress and a lot of angst buying houses, wanting more FOMO. It's like, I don't know. I feel like we've sort of lost touch. I used to think that if I look back, I lost touch of like just enjoying life rather than sort of always chasing after stuff. When you say,
Dude,
you know,
yeah, I totally know. I feel 100% the same, dude. I was actually like what the yoga teacher said. I was coincidentally this morning. I was reading through a particular psalm, just in the Psalm 49, and it was talking about that so many of us lose touch with exactly this. Like we lose touch with the idea of just living a life and get caught up with the constant chasing of wealth and riches, and saying that whether you're rich or poor, eventually you'll be dead. So it's like, don't lose sight of that, because the truth is that you can build your 15 house portfolio, and that's sweet for you. And then it could be sweet for your kid. And then, like, it sounds a little bit morbid, but it's kind of a weight off your back as well when you think about it. It's like, all right, well, like in the context of the fact that in 80 years or whatever, you'll be dead and none of this is going to be yours anymore anyway. Like, why are you putting so much pressure on yourself to own it all?
for
And
sure.
it's weird, man, because I get caught up in whatever it is, like whether it's comedy or whether it's my running coaching or whether it's like just insert anything. Um, it's almost a game to me. It's not even necessarily the money that I need. It's more the chasing of it that's the fun part. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's not that I actually need more numbers in my bank to be happy. It's just that that's maybe it's like running a PB. It's just the numbers changed a little bit, and I guess it represents something about yourself that other people might be interested in. But if that's all you've got as a foundation, and this is what I loved when I first met you, doing a yoga class with you at Lululemon, is just your teaching during that course was like, oh, this guy, like this makes a lot of sense to me. I left that class feeling not just nimble and flexible, but also like, that's a breath of fresh air.
Mm.
And it's amazing how often you need to be reminded. Hey, I guess that's the beauty of being a yoga teacher. You got to tell everyone every day, and as a result, you get to hear it too.
Yeah, and then you hear from great people, and you sort of realize that actually, and that's what's been so great about like having a yoga studio down in Torquay, is like building a community and fostering community. And when you talk about desiring different things, desiring like connection and community, and rather than like wealth and chasing fame and success, like, because as you said, like at the end of the day, we're all going to hit the floor, and you can't take any of that stuff with you. But and like if you're on your deathbed and you're having your last breath, what do you remember? The houses that you bought and the wealth in your bank, or do you remember your memories of going on holidays, spending time with your kids, like having times down the beach? I don't know. I think I'll remember those times rather than how much is in my bank account. To be
For
honest.
sure, man. For sure. And it's so weird how much we all know that. Like you say that and everyone goes, yeah, yeah, of course.
Oh no.
And
Yeah.
then we wake up and we're like, okay, I've got to go to work because
Yeah.
I've got to buy all this new stuff. It's a constant balance. It's a weird balance to me because I know it mentally. And then every now and then, Jessie, my wife, she'll go like, what are you doing? You're so worked up today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not 100% sure. Sorry. And it's in those moments where I'm like, crap, I've lost touch with what I know to be true.
What's important, and I think that's a good thing. It's like a remembering and a forgetting, and it's not like it's like, gee whiz, like I'm not on my game. It's just a remembering and a forgetting. Like we remember, like what's important, then we forget again. Like, get out of my way, I need to get this, or like, I'm better than you, and then we remember again. It's actually, it's all good, and then we forget again, and then we remember, and it's just like this constant dance of life.